Ancient Egypt was known for its wealth and culture. The ancient Egyptians were skilled architects, engineers, and artists, producing some of the most impressive monuments and works of art in the ancient world. They built massive pyramids, temples, and other public works that served as symbols of their power and civilization. Located along the fertile Nile River Valley, Egypt's economy and agriculture flourished due to the annual floods and irrigation systems. These systems distributed water to the fields, allowing for surplus crops that could be traded for other goods and services. At the heart of this empire was a charismatic and intelligent queen called Cleopatra. She came to the throne at the age of 18 after the death of her father, Ptolemy XII, in 51 BC. Known for her patronage of the arts, Cleopatra's court was home to many renowned artists, writers, and scholars of the time. Fluent in multiple languages, Cleopatra was a scholar and poet herself. Cleopatra was to rule Egypt jointly with her 10-year-old younger brother Ptolemy XIII, who was also her husband, a common practice in Egyptian culture. However, their relationship was fraught with tension and conflict from the beginning. Ptolemy's advisors, who were mostly eunuchs, held significant power and manipulated the boy emperor against his sister. They saw Cleopatra as a threat and began plotting against her almost immediately. Cleopatra, a dominant figure, desired to rule with an iron fist. Realizing that joint rule could not last, Cleopatra began to sideline her brother. She had the support of the Egyptian people, who saw her as a capable leader, but the influential nobles and politicians held more sway. Forced into exile in Alexandria, Cleopatra was deposed by Ptolemy, who declared himself the sole ruler of Egypt. However, Cleopatra returned to Egypt in 48 BC with an army, seeking to regain her throne. She landed at the port city of Pelusium, capturing it in a series of battles. Meanwhile, in the Roman Empire, Julius Caesar defeated Pompey in the Battle of Pharsalus. Pompey fled to Egypt, seeking refuge, but Ptolemy saw an opportunity to gain Caesar's favor by killing Pompey and presenting his head to Caesar. To his surprise, Caesar was furious, as Egyptians were at peace with Romans. Cleopatra smuggled herself into Caesar's quarters, winning his support. The two became romantically involved, and Caesar's forces helped Cleopatra lay siege to Alexandria. They captured the city. Ptolemy was killed in battle, possibly drowned in the Nile. Cleopatra assumed full control of Egypt, and Caesar returned to Rome to address food riots caused by the Egyptian wars. Caesar's position as dictator caused unrest among Roman senators, leading to his assassination on March 15, 44 BC. Devastated by Caesar's death, Cleopatra aligned herself with Mark Antony. Antony traveled to Egypt in 41 BC, where he and Cleopatra began a passionate affair. They formed an alliance against Octavian, Caesar's adopted son. However, Antony's reputation suffered, and Octavian declared war on them in 31 BC. In the Battle of Actium, Octavian's superior navy outmaneuvered Antony's forces. Defeated, Cleopatra and Antony retreated to Alexandria. Octavian pursued them, and Antony took his own life after hearing false reports of Cleopatra's suicide. Cleopatra, determined to join him in the afterlife, allowed a venomous snake to bite her. Her death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the beginning of the Roman Empire.